I'm Bev.
And I'm Kayla.
And this is MHN.
On this week's episode, you can expect to see Boston sports, boys biking, Mental Mondays, and a PSA.
What's the PSA about this week?
This week's PSA is all about littering and how it affects the environment.
That's cool. I can't wait to see it. Roll the clips!
Hey guys, and welcome back to Boys Biking. This time of year is when I first started to get into mountain biking, so I'm going to share what made me get into the sport and why I think everyone should try it for themselves. It all started in 2020. As everyone knows, this is when COVID put everyone inside and left everyone with little to do. However, I couldn't handle the indoors when the weather was so nice, so I would start going for bike rides. I would document these bike rides on my GoPro, and then when I got home, I would upload them to YouTube. I was initially going to try and do this every day for when COVID was a worldwide problem, but if I had stuck to that, I would have had to make 1,154 videos, which wasn't very realistic for me. Little by little, me and my friends would start going off-road more and more, intrigued by the new discoveries we were making every day. Then the biggest discovery came, and it is what we called the bike park. The bike park was this little area off the rail trail that had 2 jumps, and at the time, jumping a bike seemed virtually impossible to me. But with COVID leaving me with nothing better to do, I ended up going to the spot every day for virtually the entire summer, practicing more and more until I could eventually clear the jumps. This process of trial and error was addicting to me, and the feeling of accomplishment I got when I finally overcame something I thought was once impossible cannot be beaten. Mountain biking not only is inherently fun, but it's very healthy as well. Studies have shown that getting out in the sun is beneficial for your mental health, as your serotonin levels increase when you are exposed to sunlight, making you become a happier person. Biking itself also improves your cardiovascular health, muscle strength, and joint mobility. Every bike ride is a form of meditation. It helps clear your mind and you can enjoy the sounds of nature and the feeling of fresh air. So with the weather being beautiful now, why don't you go for a bike ride yourself? I'm Sean Leahy, and this is Boys Biking. I'll see you in the next episode.
I'm Evan, and welcome back to Boston Sports News. The Celtics and 76ers are in the midst of their second round matchup. The Celtics bounced back from their Game 1 loss with a 121-87 win in Game 2, then went to Philadelphia for Game 3 and won 114-102, then lost Game 4 116-115 in overtime, then lost Game 5 115-103 to trail the series 3-2. The winner go home Game 6 will be on Thursday at 7:30. The New England Revolution remain at the top of the Eastern Conference with a record of 7-3-1. They beat Toronto FC 2-0. They will play Inter Miami on Saturday at 7:30. The Boston Red Sox are 21-15 on the year. They swept the series with the Toronto Blue Jays winning all 4 games, then traveled to Philadelphia for a 3-game series against the Philadelphia Phillies. The Red Sox took 2 of the 3 games, winning 5-3 and 7-4, then losing Game 3 6-1. The Red Sox traveled to Atlanta for a 2-game series against the Atlanta Braves. The Red Sox lost Game 1 9-3. Game 2 will be Wednesday at 7:20. That will be it for this week's episode of Boston Sports News. Make sure to tune in next time. And now to JT and Henry with this week's PSA.
What's up, MHN viewers? It's JT and Henry here for Thursday PSAs to bring you a PSA regarding littering.
It seems like littering is everywhere in today's world, and a lot of the time when you go outside, there'll be some trash scattered around.
Littering is a particularly huge problem on roadways, with U.S. roadways accumulating over 51 billion pieces of litter per year, according to Columbus.gov.
According to the government of Wyandotte County and Kansas City, a large majority of waste is littered at recreational areas such as parks or beaches, which is sad because these areas often have strategically placed trash cans, making it very easy to throw things away.
In order to help with the problem, you can do your part by going to these parks or beaches and picking up any trash that you see and disposing of it properly.
According to the IUCN, at least 14 million tons of plastic gets dumped into the ocean per year. This plastic has massive effects on ocean wildlife and often accumulates on the shoreline of poorer nations.
Littering is also an issue at MHS. There is often trash in places like the bathrooms, hallways, and classrooms. It can also be found in the forest and fields around the schools.
Our custodians already do so much to keep the school clean. They don't need unwanted trash to be added on top of this.
If everyone does their part, littering numbers will go down and the world will be much cleaner.
Littering has negative effects on our planet and the quality of life of many creatures living here. Thank you for listening to another PSA, and make sure to dispose of your trash responsibly.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of MHN.
I love watching all the new ideas each segment has.
Have a great week, Tigers!